the Twin City JCs, their work in the community, their volunteerism, and as Carl Zerf said, our mayor, you know, 2 major functions and 5 people, you know, spend the time to try and make it successful and make it work. Each and every one of you out there, and I do not know, and I know very many of you are very involved in a lot of volunteerism, into a lot of fundraising and Rotary and Twin City JCs. Being involved brings the best in us as human beings, and if you have not been involved, try to get involved, because that will show what kind of a person you are. We have to be involved, and being involved is giving of yourself, and it's creating the community, and the best community. I said it before, and I will say it again, ladies and gentlemen, Twin City JCs, this is the best community in Canada. So many people to thank. So many people to thank, because to put such an evening on takes a lot of devotion and a lot of dedication. And I've dealt with one lady, you know, and she was always leery. Every time I called, you know, she wondered what I'm calling for, you know, because she was controlling the show, and I almost like was gonna try to steal that away from her. To my friend, Les Bugner. Les, where are you? I want you to stand up, please. Les Bugner. I know Liz and her husband, Gary, they have worked, and I'm sure she had some help and what have you, but she has worked very, 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 very hard to try and put this together. And from the depth of my heart, I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody that has worked with you and helped you to try and make this a memorable, successful evening. Thank you very, very, very much. I don't know what number senator I am, but I will thank Senator number 48450 and 41872. Occasion like this, I mean, you know, I have received so many flowers and so many cards and emails and faxes. So to everybody, I want to say thank you, and thank you very, very much. It's, you know, I've been inundated, and I'm very, very, very thankful. I want to go to Sue King and Janet. I want both of you to stand, please. Sue King, Janet. Every time we had a function, you know, I'll get a call from Sue King at home or at the office, and she'll say, Shawky, I got a couple of girls that can sing Oh Canada, great, and what have you. So I'll say, sure, Sue, no problem, and she'll bring him, and we'll have her students sing the national anthem. And I have dealt with Sue for many years, and it is Sue King who nominated me for this honor. So I want to say to you, Sue, and to Janet for helping you, thank you very, very, very much. Twin City JCs, to you, President, who couldn't make it here tonight, to Steve Burrick, to the selecting committee, to the members of the board, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for bestowing this honor unto me. I want to thank you for putting the confidence in me. I will say to all of you that the words of Calzer of giving and taking will always emanate in me, they'll always be part of me. I will always live to cherish and not ever to let you down. My motto, your motto, the Rotary motto, service above self, helping the community will always be a part of me, a part of the honor that you're bestowing unto me. But you're not only bestowing it unto me, you're really bestowing it unto each and every single person in this room here. The very many people that are here and the very many people that are not here. I look at my employees, the 3 tables back there. I look at the friends here. I look at the people that I have had interaction with. I look at the people that had helped formulate part of me. I look at the people that I have interacted with over the past 30 years. I've been in this lovely city for 33 years. I look at all these people, and my presence is the reflection of my past, and my presence is a reflection of my interaction with each and every one of you. So each and every single person in this room, and there are very many people that are not here that I have interacted, have had an effect on making me what I am, on helping me doing the things that I like to do. I have fired people because they thought I was dishing too much work on them. You know, they were complaining, lots of voluntary work and what have you. There's people that quit me because they thought I was involved in too many things, And, but each and every single person has helped me be a better man. And by being a better man, I try to spread that around in our community and try to help, because as I said, our community is the most important thing. It all emanates here, it all starts here. To my wife, as they say, behind every great successful man, there's a great lady, and it's not the wife, it's usually the surprise mother-in-law. You see, John English, that $1,500, I've accomplished a hell of a lot. Without my wife's understanding, without her love, without her compassion, without her being there for me, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish very many things that I have started out to do, and that also goes to my kids. And I have to tell you, sometimes you sacrifice. You sacrifice, you have to give. And when you have to give, sometimes your son can call you and he says, can you be at my soccer game at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, like in last night? And Shadi, I said to him, no, son, I can't, because I got a few things to do. And sometimes you can't attend some of their functions and what have you, so you sacrifice. Your family suffers sometimes, But by the end of the day, when it is all, he's laughing there. By the end of the day, the accomplishments that are achieved, the objectives that are reached, are well worthwhile. Very, very much so. We talk about being an immigrant. Yes, I am very, very, very honored to be the first immigrant recipient of this very honorary award that I will always cherish. But that's a reflection of what this country is all about. This country lost a great leader just a few months ago, as in Pierre Trudeau, and it was Pierre Trudeau that had said, and I'm not trying to be political here, it's a fact, as an immigrant, Pierre Trudeau had opened the doors for us immigrants to come in here, and this is the culmination. Just look around this room here. You will see the multiculturalism, and this community here is one of the strongest multicultural communities in this province. So yes, I'm honored to be the first one. I'm honored to be the 44th one. And I am humbled by your selection. So finally, and before I finalize my, I was asked a little earlier if I have a hospitality suite, and I didn't know that I was supposed to have one, so, but I asked the general manager to make sure he keeps the lobby bar open because we're gonna have some drinks, so anybody that wants to stay for some drinks after, on me downstairs. I am serious, you know, we are, we are gonna do that. I walked in earlier and Don Craig said to me, you know, see, you're a liberal, now we're bringing you to the fold, like, and I said, Jesus Christ, it's about time, you know. That's not what I exactly said to him, but you know. Liberal, conservative, alliance, NDP, I don't care. We all live in one community, and the bottom underlying ought to be is our community before our political allegiances to anywhere. And thank you, John English, for saying, yeah, I do this few things here and there. Finally, if I have missed anybody, I would apologize to all of you out there. And I have some friends here from Toronto sitting back there. I'm honored that you have been able to show up, Mr. Metcalf. I haven't really, I mean, my head feels heavy tonight. You know, I was emotional, and the emotions haven't even really evaporated. They're still. I know my mother is with us tonight, who had a stroke, as Bob Riley said, and we're bringing her home next week. So this award is for my mom, this award is for my family, for Kathy, for Shadi, for Amanda, for my brothers. This award that, again, I say I will cherish. I say to the Twin City JCs, good luck. May God bless you in your efforts. If you do need any help in the future, please let me know. I said to Liz Bogner, how many tickets do I have to sell? She says nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have had great time tonight. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. I thank you for coming tonight. I thank you for sharing this honor with me and with my family. To all the previous presidents, recipients, I should say, of the award, many of who are in my Rotary Club, I say thank you for coming out. To the liberals, to the conservatives, to the neighbors, to the doctors, to the friends, to the Torontonians, to everybody. My heart felt thanks. And what can I say? Twin City JCs. I know I've said enough. Twin City JCs. I'm very humbled by it all. I'm very touched by it all. I'm still not over the emotional euphoria. I had a speech that I wrote that I was going to use. I didn't use any of it. It's just that the emotions were overwhelming. So, but it's a good evening. I'm honored. I'm proud, and my thanks to the people that have bestowed this honor onto me.
nicer motor, nicer controls, a little bit better warranty, nicer cover, maybe more jets, right? And then of course you have the top of the line model. Now that top of the line model is the one where it's got everything, it's loaded, and that's the one they really want to sell you. Well, at Arctic Spas it's different than that. The only difference between our top of the line model and our introductory model is the number of jets. That's it. If you go past a certain number of jets, we'll add another pump or maybe a diverter, but the core quality of the product hasn't changed at all. It's virtually the same. Same cabinet, same shell, same pump, same computer. Why is that good? Well, first of all, if you decide that maybe you don't know how many jets you want. Do you know how many jets you want? Right? And you go to these places and say, well, you need 50 jets. Do you need 50 jets? You don't have to make that decision today. I mean, if you've got a back problem or you have a therapeutic need for it, well then get jets. But you don't have to buy the one that's loaded up when you buy an Arctic Spa because you can add jets at any time. In fact, if there's some new technology or a new way to clean it, a new way to make it easier to look after, a jet that, you know, the Pentium 12 jet, you know, it does the Shiatsu 2000 and mixes margaritas, you might want to add that. See, the thing is even if the industry didn't change in the next 20 years that you own this, maybe you will. I mean, God forbid you slip on the ice out there, jar your back. Isn't it nice to know that, you know, you got 8 right here, and maybe none of the jets that are in your spa quite hit that the way you want. You can go, John, you know what I'd like? I'd like a jet, like right here. We can do that. We actually put extra fittings in underneath that off of our manifold so that anytime we want to add jets, a technician can come out and under an hour add some jets to your spa. Now, doesn't that sound like a good thing to do? Right? Could you imagine being the guy that bought the last 486 and he had no expansions? Right? See, the thing that a lot of people don't think about, you know, the people that shop for spas typically have to buy the best one because they think that's the last one that I'm going to get to buy, hopefully, you know, if nothing goes wrong with it, right? What we want to do, you see what just happened there? What's happened is the temperature has dropped to within half a degree, and I automatically turned the pump on, and now it's cycling. But the rest of the time, you noticed it was just running smooth, right? That's how loud it is most of the time. This is just a low circulating speed, and this actually, it may be a filtration cycle as well. And we'll talk more about filtration cycles in a minute. It looks nice and clean though, doesn't it? Now, I started to talk about the floor, and I kind of got away from that because I get so excited about this heat lock system. But the floor is a very critical point to this whole structure. On most spas, when you look at them, when they're tipped up, you'll notice that this has a floor. Right? This is a solid plywood base. 2x4 construction. On most of ours, it's a pedestal construction, so the 2x4 actually sits on the outside here. You know, the 2x4 sits here, pedestal, fully insulated, right? So it's completely sealed from the bottom as well. It's sealed against moisture. It's also sealed against animals. One of the things that people don't think about, most of those foam-filled spas or other spas don't even have a floor. So it's just open foam on the bottom. Now, if you're a mouse, and it's minus 20 outside, and there's this place, it's covered in foam, it's got nice warm heat source. That's like condo heaven for mice. And it's more than just mice. It's mice, snakes, cats, you know, rats, animals, all that. No rats nowhere. But you do get bees. You know, I was once called out to a service call, and the customer told me that the motor was humming. It wasn't the motor. It was bees. Right? We have lots of pictures and stuff like that. The fact is, it's very easy for them to chew through this. So they like to set up shop there. What we do is we have a Pentox treated floor. If they eat that, it's actually poisonous for them. They're not going to eat that. So it keeps everything sealed. Now, this actually gives you... We actually make this shelf so thick that if this ever cracks and water comes through there, we're going to build you a new spa. Forever. There's no prorating on that. There's no deductible. We don't make you ship to California. We simply build you a new spa. We have an arrangement with our dealer. You know, when we build a spa at the factory level, and that gets sent to a dealer, that dealer's, their obligation is, if you have a failure like that, they swap the spas for free. Our obligation is to get them a replacement spa for free. And if this happens 6 or 7 years down the road, well, the only disclaimer we have is you'll have to accept that year's model. Not too many people complain about that. All right? And I encourage you to consider a few things. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about warranty. I encourage you first to read them, because a lot of the warranties that are out there are very, very easy for the manufacturers to get out of. You know, they've got a lot of, call them Teflon warranties, very easy for them to slip out of it. If there is a call-out charge, meaning if you have to pay someone to come and do a call-out charge as a part of the warranty, that's not warranty, right? That's a service call. And you could just call a regular service company and have them do it, and they do the same thing. So that's not really warranty. The other thing about warranties that I like people to think about is, the fact of the matter is on your car, did you get a warranty when you bought your car? Okay, how long was the warranty? 3 years. Okay, in that 3 years, is it likely that something's going to go wrong? No. More or less likely? You know, the fact is it more likely that something will go wrong after that period? Probably. Yeah, we all know this, right? Warranties are actually designed to protect you during the period of time least likely to have a problem, okay? So it's important to remember that. The other thing to remember is that it's not the warranty that actually comes out and fixes your spot. It's a person. So the relationship that you have with the place that you buy from, we think is very important. Because, you know, someday something's going to go wrong. It's going to be awfully nice that even if it is out of warranty, you have a good relationship with them. And the likelihood is when something goes wrong with this, it will be out of warranty. So much more important than how many years the warranty is, much more important than that is how hard is it actually to fix. Wouldn't you agree? Because if it's easy to fix, if grandma can fix it, it's not a big deal. It's going to be cheap. You probably do it yourself. I mean, how hard is it to spread a little silicone around a dripping jet? It's not that hard. Or tighten a dripping jet. So if it's filled with foam, how hard is it? A little tougher. Yeah, a lot tougher. Spend half your time just trying to find the problem before you can even possibly fix it. And then once you've chipped all that foam out, and you've got all the foam all gone, you fix the problem, you're happy, you now have a spa with no insulation. Do you know how much it costs to have a mobile truck come out and respray underneath there? You don't want to know. It's like between $500 and $1,000. Cheap, right? Yeah. So it's not the sort of thing that you want to do. Actually, I want you to try one of these seats here. How's that feel? I noticed that you're about the same height as me, and I actually own a spa that has this. How you doing? It's called a Cub. We promote this spa a lot simply because it's got some real comfort seating. One of the big differences you're going to notice on our products is that we have kind of two ways that you can go. When you're designing a spa bowl, you know, you can either go with the kind of open, traditional, round hot tub style seating, or you can go with this more molded seating. And some of the models, and I'll show you a couple of the other models, you're going to see that there's some distinct molding. Now, doesn't that feel comfortable? Yeah. And really, the only thing you need is the remote. Yeah. Right? Sit there. And we're actually going to sell this just as furniture. Oh, perfect. Sound good? Right? Actually, this gives me an opportunity. The full body therapy, this is a full body therapy seat. This type of seat is available in just about every spa that we have. Any spa that's 7 feet or greater, we can put this full body therapy seat on. In fact, I told you we have 3 jet series. You know, we have the introductory, the middle, and the top of the line. Even on the middle, you get this exact same seat. So that's, once again, when I said that you don't actually have to go all the way to the most expensive, loaded up version. This gives you the opportunity to get something that still has excellent therapy. Even though every single jet in the spa, except for that big giant one, every single jet can be adjusted individually, you can still use this diverter to actually control the entire seat. Now on a signature series, which is the top of the line series, all the other jets can be working at full strength, except for the ones that are on this. It's usually opposite jets, like foot jets or something like that. So you turn this, and you can divert the strength from this elsewhere, or you can put the whole strength here. And again, on the signature series,